Korea, a country filled with immaculate beauty found around any corner. From the rolling hills to the city of Seoul, this country has certainly faced its fair share of torment. With pressure on the border from its enemies and the help from their allies, this tiny peninsula seemingly finds a way to thrive. Beyond the call, Korea. I know everybody has their own expectations of Asia and what they think of it, but I can't be the only one that has been completely surprised by Korea in a great way. It's truly unlike most places you'll ever visit, I guarantee it. The cleanliness and the order of how the society operates is truly a sight to behold. It seems as though daily routine are made much easier and much simpler in a vastly superior safe environment. A fascinating concept most cities should relish to achieve. From transportation to beauty, this country isn't lacking in either, which is why the protection of this peninsula is drastically warranted.
It's super relevant being here, especially if you have the historical perspective of why the U.S. Army is still in Korea. You know, going back into 1950, you know, with the war between the South and the North. Especially if you understand the fact that the war never ended.
Even though Korea regained its liberty from the illegitimate Japanese occupation, the end of the Second World War did not restore peace to the peninsula. Instead, political and social tumults were worsened by ideological conflicts. As the United States and the Soviet Union effectively divided the peninsula in half, it also led to the standoff between the liberal democratic camp in the south and the communist camp in the north.
The Korean War began in June 25th, 1950, and no one could have predicted the loss of what was to come, giving the Korean War the nickname the Forgotten War. The Battle of Korea started when Soviet-trained and funded North Koreans wanted to bring communism to the entire peninsula. Oh, you're good. North Korea, invading a struggling South Korea side, was its first attempt at taking over the peninsula. This created the involvement of the United States under the order of President Truman and the guidance of General MacArthur, which in turn led to the involvement of multiple other nations.
We had a chance to visit the War Museum up in Seoul a couple months ago, I think back in November. And after going up there, I'm like, it's absolutely necessary that we're here, because looking at all the historical stuff, you know, the North pushed at some point, had pushed everybody all the way past the city of Seoul down too close to where we are right now. And the fact that we were able to push them back up and take over Seoul, take over Incheon, makes it the more reason why the U.S. presence, just the presence of the army, the U.S. Army here, is absolutely necessary. That's what I think.
And that support from the United States helped lead to many Koreans become the heroes their country needed.
He destroyed 2 tanks, just a hand grenade and a Molotov.
Say that again?
He destroyed 2 tanks with 2 hand grenades and a Molotov
Damn.
to delay them. And he delayed it.
But this heroism would not concede a defeat in North Korea, rather a ceasefire lasting nearly 70 years.
We have a ceasefire. It's a ceasefire stance that we have. It's a treaty that we have with North Korea that, again, that they will respect, that they will not try to invade South Korea or start a war with South Korea. Again, that is currently in place, and hopefully it stays in place. But if for some reason they do not want to respect the treaty, then obviously we'll be activated to take action.
Okay, so today we are going to the DMZ. It's pretty surreal. It's a very strange feeling looking over the fence and seeing North Korea. I can't describe it. It's something I thought I'd never ever see in my lifetime. It's pretty special. It's absolutely desolate and full of hills and trees, and there's nothing around it. It looks incredible and terrifying at the same time. Have you?
You guys are finally crossing the line.
All right.
Welcome to North Korea.
I'd like to point out, as obvious as it is, there are multiple checkpoints when entering the demilitarized zone. One can never be too careful with the numerous defectors that have passed this area.
The idyllic country town of Nalmunli was a quiet haven in a nation torn apart by war, until one day in the autumn of 1951, when soldiers arrived with large military tents. These tents would be the new home for peace talks to end the Korean War. The Korean War.
They'll probably use those as propaganda. If they see you pointing in the distance, they might use that as propaganda, saying, "Oh, they're pointing at dirty North Korean." Like they'll use it against us, essentially. So here we are at checkpoint 3. At this moment, we are going to dismount and continue across the JSA on foot.
As you can see from the tree line, everything you are viewing is North Korea. And it's difficult to make out, but in the distance is a North Korean propaganda village operated by staff to maintain the illusion that people are living in the village. The silver structure on the left is owned by North Korea, as well as an identical building on the right. In between that are 3 blue UN buildings where other nations come to meet with North Korea. Directly opposite of where I'm standing is the UN North Korean building.
Talks and shave down the legs of the chairs on our side of the room as a way to make us sit lower and like look up to them during the talks. And this is sort of like their political posturing of trying to make them look better than us. Other instances of this are also they'll take our flags that we have in the room and blow their nose with them. Pretty disrespectful if you ask me. And there was actually at one point we called like the flag war, in which each side kept bringing sensors in the dirt to make sure it has the right nutrients and it's water enough. And the second it starts dying, there's somebody out here to come and see what's wrong with it. You guys can take pictures if you'd like. And the tree was actually planted with soil as well as water. Sort of like a swampy marsh area that nobody would really want to walk to. So at first, in order to get to Conference Road, those soldiers had to walk around and follow the road all the way around. No, I don't know if you guys look at your phone, you have no signal or really poor signal. That's because of those radio jamming towers. And they're actually just there to prevent our, like, South Korean media from reaching into North Korea, because some North Koreans do have telephones or radios and can pick up those frequencies. So if you look straight ahead of us, actually, on the left and right of the road, there are these little shacks. These were meant to be guard posts to have, like, to make the joint security area joint again. Because in the past, you could go onto the North Korean part of the JSA, and the North Koreans come onto the South Korean side.
No. My first place I wanted to go was Germany, because one of my buddies was like, yeah, if you go to Germany, man, it's pretty awesome. You get to travel all over Europe. And then guess what? My first duty station was Korea. I came down to Camp Carroll for my first duty station. Okay. Yeah, I had fun down there though.
Of course, everything in Korea was worth fighting for at one point, in particular a base located in the middle of downtown Seoul that if you get the opportunity to see, you can't pass on. Here on Yongsan Base, which is in the middle of downtown Seoul. It's pretty much right next to everything you could possibly imagine. The accessibility is incredible, and that's probably why the Koreans wanted it back from us, as in the United States government, because it was first owned by the Japanese, and the land is prime real estate. It's right in the middle of everything. It's basically a giant park in Seoul. I keep mentioning how beautiful South Korea is, and it is. But the amazing thing about this country is the food, and the endless variety of it. Look how yellow these are. It's a beetle. It's some sort of beetle. Is it a dung beetle? Fishes. Peppers. There's way more stuff this time. Smells fishy.
I know, I love the smell. Kind of
You
reminds me
get
back
it?
at home.
Do you get it?
Yes.
Smells fishy. Great. Yeah, they look good. Damn. Only $5. I think it's Ah, you get me that close, huh?
이거 얼마? 비싼 거예요? 얼마예요? 7,000원. 좀 더 드릴게요. 주세요. 예. 드시죠, 언니. 다 맛있어요.
It's kimchi.
예, 우리가 다 딴 거예요.
Oh shit, that looks so good. Holy crap.
Is that pig's feet? Is it pig's feet?
Yeah. Oh. You want some? Chicken. Oh, fuck.
So what's the wallet?
That's right here.
Do they take cash or card?
Let's see if they take cards. Hopefully they take cards.
You want to get this one?
Yeah. There's more fresh. Wings. Chicken. Shrimp, lobster. That's lobster. That's lobster.
How is
I don't know if it's chicken or.
열마리 만 원이에요.
I'm scared they don't have a card machine where they take away.
Never mind.
잠깐만요.
Crab. It's fucking crab. Do you take do you take card?
어떤 거?
Cards? Credit card? Do you take can you show her your card?
아, 안 돼, 안 돼.
Ah.
미안.
네.
가서 찾아와.
감사합니다.
네.
That's fucking. Damn it. Oh wait, I have cash.
Oh, do you? Is it one?
No, it's cash. Well, you think? Here. You blocked it.
My bad.
You're still blocking it. That's gonna stay in there. The whole thing is.
Why am I
recording? What am I recording?
Only $3.
They're like,
There's no way. Wow. That's one of the best smells I've ever smelled. Smells fried. Oh man. Boy, that chicken really got fried, didn't it?
sad, I can't eat that.
What's this one? You want a back scratcher? It would be good for me. So I won't have to scratch
I
it.
like your. I thought you liked
I
scratching.
like it.
Remember the first time we were here, didn't you? Like, can you sit down so I can scratch your back?
Here we go. Squid. Hell yeah, that's a big ass squid. The tail of the fish, it just touched my leg. Huh? We really should have brought cash.
Next time we come here, they'll have it.
Yeah. Just watch. Babe, what is this? Hang on. See those? That's what Kim's family grows. This right here. Yep. Is it just seaweed? Is it a seaweed cake? It's all seaweed. That's seaweed. Seaweed. Seaweed, seaweed. Whew. It smells like the ocean. Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
No, that's not cheese. That's a dessert. This is all desserts. I think they make it with like a coconut.
Oh, look at the coconut.
Oh yeah. Ha!
Video player.
That is amazing. That's dope. Oh, it's just dried fish. It's crazy. How much fucking dry fish? What do they do if they don't sell it? It's all dried shit. It's all dried little. I bet this tastes so good.
Smells really good.
It smells so fucking good.
I'm still so upset about that chicken.
Yeah, I know. Fuck, that chicken.
This smells so good.
I want that chicken.
자, 저기 갈치 하고 5,000원만인데 오징어 5마리, 4마리 10,000원씩.
Barracuda.
국내산 오징어 4마리, 5마리 10,000원 드리고 있습니다. 자, 삼치, 꽁치, 고등어 들어서 오징어 농대 두 갈치 있습니다.
지옥에 가지 않게 하기 위해 십자가에서 죽으셨습니다. 그리스도는 우리의 죄를
안녕하세요. Smells like tomatoes. Yeah, it smells really fucking good. Damn, we really should have brought cash. More chicken. Maybe they take cards. Only cash. Oh, fuck, that smells so good. Do we go get cash and then come back?
Is this the bill?
Yes, this is the bill.
옥수수 여기요.
Not if I smell that shit again. Of course, none of this glorious food would have been made possible without independence. Independence from Japan, which allowed Koreans to innovate and create incredible things that have lasted lifetimes. So being here at Independence Hall, how important is this to your country?
So today a lot of people come to here and then we also. So I think it is very important place because they come to here to know about the Korean war history.
Yeah.
And then I think almost Korean doesn't know about the Korean
history.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's the chance to study the war
Yeah.
and then Korean history.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it's very important place.
I think a lot of people tend to forget what Korea is worth from. There's a lot of U.S. soldiers here today. What does it mean to have them here in your country?
So for USA soldiers, they are working together in Korea with Drag Army.
Yeah.
So I think they also know about the Korean war because if they don't know about that, I think Drag Army and then US Army cannot work together.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying? We want our independence?
어.
That's what they're saying.
We declare
without sounding like an idiot, I'm going to do the best that I can in explaining why the front of these ships look so odd. They used the front of these ships to ram into enemy ships. The Korean Navy didn't have enough fleets of men to fight the right way against enemy ships, so they would fill the hulls with men, ram the front of the ship into other ships, and then once they made contact, they would fire their weapons into the enemy. Do it again, do it again.
We need Independence Day.
That one works. Do it again.
Iansplace wants to have Independence Day here in South Korea.
감사합니다.
First time here.
Yes, it is.
How does it feel?
Feels like I don't know, this feels weird. This place looks
You have no
weird.
words yet?
No, it just feels like we're like
Does it feel like any ordinary mall?
I thought it would be
Wait till you get to the inside.
놓고 가려고?
안녕하세요.
Alright, when you get inside, you have to call a specific number.
We have to what?
You have to call a specific number.
Feels like
You know, over here during Christmas time, there's a huge Christmas tree.
oh really?
And it had Pikachu all over it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Circle Mall.
Many things in Korea will blow your mind. Like this underground mall that's just a continuation of the above ground mall we were just in. Except this mall goes on for miles and miles with more shopping, more clothing, and a wider variety of entertainment. Another great thing about Korea is how passionate they are about their sports.
Okay, let's talk about why Koreans like baseball more than soccer.
Thank you.
Firstly, in the baseball stadium, you can eat many delicious food like chicken, pizza, beer, samgyeopsal, what's that? And tteokbokki. I like this delicious food.
Okay then. Baseball food.
And you can trade the best combination. Chicken with a beer. It's the best combination in the stadium and everyone likes it. The second reason is many people likes to cheer with cheerleaders in the baseball stadium because it's very interesting and very fun. So, but there's no cheerleading in the soccer game, so I think Koreans like baseball more than soccer because of the food, delicious food, and the cheering with cheerleaders.
Besides being scared shitless and flung into the air, a soldier's purpose here in Korea is very significant.
Somebody threw up.
purpose is very clear. Can I take off my mask?
Yes, please.
Is to defend, to help protect, God forbid, if North Korea were to change their mind on their stance with the armistice. But at the end of the day, we are here to obviously be a part of the community, support the Korean nation, and definitely be an ally as much as we can.
Of course, that responsibility leads to a great deal of stress. And a great way for soldiers to release that stress is to go on fun, company-led events that help soldiers get to know themselves and others while exploring different cultures.
This trip is it's something to get away from work, but it's also like you take advantage, take advantage, get to know yourself better, and just have fun while you're here.
How was your
Mingasa? Anyways, that's where we are.
Like we paid for the tour, so we went in and they explained everything to us.
That's legit, dude.
Yeah, we went all the way. Like they also had the fucking.
Oh shit.
Why does it not? Oh, it doesn't have sound?
That's lame.
I swear I recorded this. I don't know. But yeah, they did like their intros and all that shit.
I know, seriously, right?
We got 30 minutes.
No.
I was hoping.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't want to come here.
You had no desire to come here? I didn't even know that I could come here when I signed up in the Army.
This was one of the few places I wanted to go when I signed up. I think it'd be good outside of COVID. With COVID, there's too many restrictions to be able to even experience anything here.
Though truthful, and as frustrating as that is, during the height of COVID, it was very difficult to get out and explore this incredible country. But luckily here in Korea, there's always something exciting a soldier can do, especially getting out of their comfort zone and doing something they never thought they could. There we go.
Hey, y'all, watch out. These steps might be more dangerous than the bungee cord.
Why the fuck did you look down?
Come on, tease!
1, 2, 3, go!
Don't think about it, just jump!
I was like that too. Just do it.
Yes, you got it. Let's go. There you go. Take one more step. One more step.
Just do it.
There you go. Right there.
He's already looked down. Come on. Go. Come on, Ortiz. 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on!
Go. No, he's scared. He's
qualify and they have the intent and they understand the reasoning behind it. I feel like the army is a good, even if it's a 1-time or 2-time trial. It's a good system that helps you. For the benefits of joining the army are more than not joining the army. You know, you get to learn a little more about yourself. You know, you get to challenge yourself and do something in return, not just for personal gain, but more of a you give it back to society. You know, like I'm joining the army not because I want something for myself, but really it's because I'm trying to learn who I am with people that have similar, you know, values and aspirations.
I do. I actually love Korea. I wanted to come here for a long time.
Okay.
I think so. My neighbors, I mean, oh my God, I have some of the greatest neighbors. I mean, they love to feed my husband. They always bring us food. I think they see us as an ally. They see us as, obviously, yes, we are military, and yes, we are forces that could be sometimes, we can be seen as maybe too tactical, I'll say. But at the end of the day, when they see us in our civilian clothing, when they see us obviously interacting in the civilian sector, the way we approach everybody, the way we are very friendly, so that also changed their minds, and they can see us as, being very friendly, and that we contribute to the community, and we definitely care. Yeah, I think so. From my experience, definitely. I think obviously it helps soldiers, not just soldiers, because obviously we have other services here as well, Marines. It helps them learn about other cultures, about being more accepting and more, and more open to tolerate other people, other cultures, other backgrounds.
I think it's safe to say that most people can agree that Korea is an amazing place, full of endless opportunity, places to see, and things to do. You'll find no shortness of hospitality, welcoming, and kindness in the Korean people, and an endless supply of beauty, which is why Korea deserves protection.